Let's talk about the VLOOKUP function in Excel. So VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. Here we have a table with the name of students, the sex, age, address, and their contact numbers. So we're going to use the VLOOKUP function to search for values within the table array or the range. But before using the VLOOKUP function, make sure that your lookup value is placed in the leftmost column in your table, just like the name here, which will be our lookup value. It's in the leftmost column in our table, and the names here are arranged in alphabetical order. Now, should you have a table, which is your lookup value that is in numbers, make sure that the numbers are arranged in ascending order or from the smallest to the largest number. The name here will be our lookup value. So whatever name is typed here, that will lead us to getting or knowing the address and contact number of that person. So let's start with the address. Let's type equals, then VLOOKUP. You can double click here. Then enter the lookup value, which is the name. So let's just click H4. So it's still empty. Later on, we will type the name of the student here. Then comma, then the table array is the next. So table array is the range. We'll highlight the table. Then to make this range absolute, click F4 or press F4, then comma. Then next is column index number. The column index number is the column where you would find the result value. So name is column 1, sex is column 2, age is column 3, address is column 4, then contact number is column 5. And we want to get the address, so it's gonna be column for the address, which is column 4. Then comma, then we want to get the exact match, so double click or you may type false, parentheses, then hit enter. We don't have the result yet because we don't have the name, so let's type A, B, C. And hit enter. So now we have the address Santo Niño, and ABC is this one. So we have student ABC and he lives at Santo Niño. So if we're going to change this to FGH, enter, it's San Jose Gusu. So FGH is here and he lives at San Jose Gusu. By the way, we can make the name as a drop-down list instead of just typing the names here. To do that, we can go to Data and then click Data Validation, Allow List, and instead of writing all the names of the students, we click on this arrow up and then highlight all the names. And then click back here and then click OK. So now we have a drop-down list, so you can choose the next student you want to know the address, say MNO, student MNO lives at Santa Barbara. So it says here Santa Barbara. Or you can also change it to the last student, student CCE, and he lives at Baliwasan. So you have here Baliwasan. Now let's proceed to the contact number. So let's type equals, then VLOOKUP, parentheses, then the lookup value, which would be still the name, then comma, the table array or the range. We'll highlight the table, then click or hit F4, comma, column index number. So again, this is column 1, column 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need column 5. We'll type 5, then comma, then false. Okay, you may double click or type the word false, parentheses, hit enter. So for student CCE who lives at Baliwasan, okay, this one, the last student, has a contact number of this. So you have 093512345595. 595 is the last number, so it's correct. There's another way in which we can enter the arguments in the VLOOKUP function. Instead of typing here the equals and VLOOKUP and all the arguments, we can go up here in the F sub x and then insert function. And then we can just type VLOOKUP. Then here, click OK. So now we can enter all the arguments. So let's start with the lookup value, which is the H4. Next, the table array. This would be the table here. Then click here again. Column index number. Okay, this one is the column which represents the column for the age. So it's gonna be 3. So this is column 1, 2, and 3. So let's type 3. And then the range lookup. Range lookup, we'll type false. And then click OK. So now the age of student CZE is 15. And that is really 15 here on the table. Let's change the student to student, let's say JKL. So student JKL is age 17. So we have 17 here. And he lives at Canelar, and has a contact number of 093512 34575. 575 is the last number. So if we change the student to another, let's say student RST. So student RST is also 15 years of age, lives at Santa Maria, and his contact number has last 3 digits of 582. So we have here 582. This is how we make use of the VLOOKUP function in Excel. It's a bit complicated, but if you make use of it as frequent as possible and whenever it's applicable, then you can master the skill. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching.